There was a really interesting quote that I heard today in relation to Dupont, and it's that he is only human, right? Wherever we go, we always see praise for Dupont. And the more I watch this guy play, it makes me wonder if he actually truly is only human. Now, in me saying this, for me, Dupont is one of the best players in the world right now as we speak. Whether he's one of the best ever to live, that is for his career to tell the story. But today I wanted to break down in kind of in detail the pros and cons to him, and I want to hear what you guys think in relation to this. Does he deserve to be classified as one of the best players of all time? Is he just one of the best players running right now? What's the kind of crop of quality? Obviously, we've seen we have immense quality right now, but the last time he won World Player of the Year was in 2021. So that is going back 4 years now. And he's supposedly better now than what he was then. So what what's different? Why is he not able to win World Player of the Year? Could he be in line for the World Player of the Year 2025? I wanna break it down. So let's take a look into key areas of his game, right? Both club and country. And I want to hear what you guys think in relation to this, whether what you think is BS, because there's a lot of hate on him as well, right? Just where there is a lot of praise, there's a lot of people hating on him, saying that he's not worth the salt. Everybody blows smoke up his backside. He's not that good. The other players make him better. But personally, I feel it's the exact opposite. I feel having a player like him makes everybody else better. I believe having a player like him makes everybody else have an easier day at the office, right? So let me know what your thoughts in the comment section below. Let's break down. So physicality. First of all, he's number 9, scrum half. He's not the tallest of guys. He is pretty much almost as wide as he is tall. But you look at his ability to stop people in their tracks, his never say never attitude makes up for his height and his size, right? Because we've seen him stop absolute monsters in their tracks before. We've seen him put pressure on some of the best forwards in the world as well, right? So, yes, he might not necessarily be the tallest of people. Um, in my eyes, he has redefined what it takes and what it means to be a scrum half, and he's bringing a whole new level of scrum halves and how it's played and what is seen as a scrum half into rugby, right? So physicality, I have no issue with. Yes, he's not the biggest of men that are able to run over players like a player like Mearfowl, but what else does he bring to the game? On top of his already pretty astounding physicality. Next, we look at his mental, right? We look at his brain. We look at his game management. One of the best you're going to see around, especially of now, definitely. Of all time, still to be seen because there have been some brilliant players. But the one thing I always say about Dupont is when he plays, it's like he's seeing from an eagle eye, right? He's seeing above the pitch. And this guy, whenever he works, it's like he works in slow motion. Everything is going so super fast around him, but he's cool, he's calm, he's collected, he sees everything like it's in slow motion, right? So his ability to react is just heightened. And we've seen this time and time again. Most recently, we saw what happened between France and England. Now, albeit France did lose to England, but I can't remember at what point, I think it was within the first half. There were 5 players surrounding Dupont, surrounding him. He took his time, cool, composed. One pass took 5 players out of the game. One pass. Everybody else in that field would have panicked, they would have gone back, they would have been scared. One pass. This is what I'm talking about. A lot of players would choose to run and get stopped in their tracks, potentially even fumble the ball. One pass is all it took. He took 4 or 5 players out of the game in an instant. This is what I'm talking about. To have the composure, to be able to see something when there is nothing around you and make the best out of every single opportunity. So mentally, I believe he's one of the most sound players in world rugby. It's like you cannot phase this guy. And we see this time and time again. The moment he's on that ball, it's like he's in this place of calmness, which is scary, right? Because you got to think just how fast a game is. If you've played the game, you understand what it's like when you have that ball, how things work in split seconds. Decisions are made within split seconds. Whereas with him, it feels like he's on the ball forever and he has all the time in the world. So mentally, gives me a big green tick. The guy, he's got bundles of it. We look at his speed. Now, he's not necessarily the fastest of players, but he is definitely as fast as any back you will find. Yes, he's no BLBRA. He's no Brian Habana. He's no, Mac Hansen or Pinot. But his ability that he's got so much around him. He doesn't need to be the fastest player on the pitch. It is an added bonus, which is an added bonus. We've seen how he runs. We've seen the speed that he has. We've seen just how quick his feet is. And to have that ability at a scrum half is damn near enough unseen. Never mind having a package like he does. So yes, he is no roadrunner, but he is not slow either. Not by any means. The guy is not slow. And again, we have seen this time and time again where he's broken lines and nobody can catch him. He is not slow. So again, another green tick for me. We look at his ability to handle pressure, right? His ability to handle pressure in this falls in line with his mental strength, right? His ability to handle pressure when we've seen it, where people are running down on him, when games are tough, his kicking to relieve pressure, his ability to make crucial tackles, to when big games are coming up, to be able to figure out something. The guy is practically built to handle pressure at the highest of levels, right? He is a leader not only for club, for country, and he's been so for the past couple of years. This is not an easy thing to be. And this guy does it spectacularly well. Are there better leaders? Yes, there probably is. But what he brings to the game, along with everyone else, is something spectacular. So, again, dealing with pressure, one of the best around. When it matters most, he's normally there. I'm not saying he's invincible, he's perfect. By no means is he perfect. Again, we saw this up against England. The guy, he fumbled, he was making mistakes. But how often are those mistakes made? Genuinely. Not very often, right? We look at his passing range. We've seen ridiculous passes from him. We've seen how he works just off the scrum. We've seen how he interlocks and interchanges in between players through phases, right? We've seen how he's able to draw in players, work the ball around the back, right? Um, long 20 meter, 30-meter passes, pinpoint accuracy as well. So give me moments where this guy is genuinely screwing up passes. you'll be very hard to find, or it will be very hard to find because it's not something you will be able to find very often. Again, he's not perfect, but the rates of that happening are very, very low, right? The passing range for me kind of works into my kicking range. We've seen how this guy box kicks, but not only that, he has this ability to kick from both feet, right? I believe the word is called being ambidextrous, right? This guy, he can kick with his left just as well as he can kick with his right. He can kick with pinpoint precision. He can do crossfield kicks. His up and unders are bloody brilliant. He can find you from anywhere. He can calculate the distance as to where you're going to be, how soon you're going to be there, almost damn near to perfection. This guy, his passing range, kicking range, is damn near enough off the charts. And you got to think, he's not a fly half. He's not a fullback. But I guarantee you, if they wanted to play him in fly half, which they have done in the past, he can do it. If he needs to play at a fullback, he can do it. He would not be out of place. Yes, it is not his preferred position, but it is not. He would not be out of place in there. He would still be better than a good majority of players that are specialized in those roles. Now, this is something that I'm pretty certain you guys are going to argue with me about. But yes, he might not necessarily be the best in the world at being a 10 or 15 or wherever the hell you want to place him, but he will do a damn good job of it. And that's a guarantee. And then we look into his all-round game, right? What he brings to the teams. And again, we've seen this time and time again for Toulouse. We saw it up against the Sharks. We see it almost every single week. Yes, it does help that he does have a star-studded team around him, whether he's playing for France, whether he's playing for Toulouse, and oftentimes those two are pretty much the same because normally when France plays, at least like 8, 9 of those players are from Toulouse. They help him, but when he is on the field, they get better. His ability to bring other players into the game is ridiculous. And this is something, he's not necessarily the person that always goes for that glory, right? Oftentimes, if he sees a better pass is on the horizon, that is what he will do. If he finds that he can do X, Y, and Z to create space, to give someone like Jalibert that space, Mofana that space, or Pinot or Roadrunner, beep beep, to have that space, he will choose that over glory. And that is what a true leader will do. It is not about him. Yes, he gets all the hype that he's the best in the world. It is not about him. It's about what he brings to the squad as a whole. And would I say that France is better as a whole with or without him? He is far better with France, far better with Toulouse. You can see the difference when he does not play. The guy is on a completely different level. So personally, for me, does he deserve the praise? Yes. Does he deserve to be one of the best players in the world? Yes. Will he be one of the greatest of all time in the likes of Brian Habana, Jonah Lomu, bloody Johnny Sexton, your Dan Carters of the world? Oh yeah. To be up on those stratospheres, among the likes of your, Retalix and Thunder, Peter Steph Toy. There are levels. There are levels to it. Can he be there if he continues with the momentum that he's going through now? Oh yeah, definitely. He can definitely be up there with the best, the greatest of all time. But we will see that once his career ends. Once his career is done, that is when we will find if he truly does deserve to be an have that mantle up there with a player like Dan Carter, right? So let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. I want to hear what you guys think. And I want to debate, I want to discuss, what do you find that I'm wrong about? Because look, give me good reason. I will happily agree with you if there is true merit to it, right? What what are his key weak areas that would basically make him human, right? So let me know what you guys think. I want to hear what your guys' thoughts are on him as a whole, and will he be able to get the 2025 Ball Player of the Year? So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and catch you guys in the next one. Bye.